Okay, the Galaxy S26 launch date just got confirmed by Evan Blass, February 25th, and he says it's 100% accurate. But before you get too excited, there's also some bad news. Samsung's CEO just warned about potential price increases, the charging speeds still aren't impressive, and the chipset situation is messier than ever. Let's break down everything you need to know about the Galaxy S26 launch. So first things first, the launch date. For the first time in 3 years, Samsung pushed the Galaxy S launch from January into February. And now Evan Blass, one of the most reliable leakers in the game, has confirmed February 25th as the official unveiling date. All three models, Galaxy S26, S26 Plus, and S26 Ultra, will launch simultaneously. Now here's where things get concerning. Samsung's CEO just warned that the ongoing memory chip shortage could result in price increases across their smartphone divisions. Samsung's head of marketing clarified that they're trying to avoid passing those rising memory prices onto consumers for now, but he stressed that an inflection point is coming. Translation, prices might not go up immediately, but they could later in the year. And to make matters worse, there are already rumors that Samsung's planning to launch the S26 series at higher prices than the S25 series, despite offering minimal hardware upgrades. So even if they avoid the memory chip price increase, we might still pay more anyway. Let's talk processors. The Galaxy S26 Ultra will use Qualcomm's Snapdragon Elite Gen 5 globally, that's confirmed, but the base S26 and S26 Plus, they're getting a mix. Most regions get Snapdragon, but some will get Samsung's in-house Exynos 2600. The chipset lottery is still alive and well. However, Qualcomm CEO Cristiano Amon just dropped some interesting intel at CES. He said Qualcomm's market share in flagship Galaxy phones won't change, meaning Samsung will mainly use Snapdragon chips for these devices. He specifically said Qualcomm will maintain a 75% market share for Galaxy processors. So most people will get the Snapdragon, but that also means 25% will be stuck with Exynos. And here's a wild detail. Qualcomm's in talks with Samsung to get the Snapdragon Elite Gen 5 made on Samsung's 2nm fabrication process. So Samsung might manufacture Qualcomm's chips while also making their own competing Exynos chips. Tech is weird. Now let's talk about charging, because this is where Samsung continues to disappoint. The Galaxy S26 Ultra is getting 60-watt wired charging, up from 45-watt on the S25 Ultra. Samsung even launched a 60-watt charging brick recently, basically confirming this upgrade. But here's the thing. In internal tests, the S26 Ultra charged to 75% in 30 minutes. For comparison, the S25 Ultra hit 68% in 30 minutes during real-world battery tests. So you're getting a 7% improvement. That's it. And it gets worse when you compare it to competitors. The iPhone 17 Pro Max reached 64% in 30 minutes. So Samsung's faster, but barely. The OnePlus 15, it hits 68% in 30 minutes, but it has a massive 7300 mAh battery, so it's way more impressive. The S26 Ultra is rumored to have a 5000 or 5200 mAh battery. So Samsung's giving you slightly faster charging on a similarly sized battery, but the real-world difference is minimal. And look, here's the frustration. You don't need both incredible battery life and ultra-fast charging. Pick one and excel at it. If Samsung gave us a 6000 mAh battery that lasted through the busiest days, I'd be fine with slower charging. Or if they gave us truly fast charging, like 10 to 15 minutes to full, I'd be fine with smaller battery capacity. But Samsung's playing it safe in both areas, and we're stuck with incremental improvements year after year. So here's what we're looking at. The Galaxy S26 launches February 25th with potential price increases, a chipset lottery still in play, and charging speeds that are technically faster but not meaningfully better. Yes, there are other upgrades, better cameras, more efficient displays, thinner design, but when you're potentially paying more for a phone that looks identical to the last 3 generations, it's hard to get excited. And with Apple potentially vacating the affordable flagship space later this year, Samsung might feel like they can charge whatever they want because they're the only option. Bottom line, if you're on an S23 or older, the S26 will be a solid upgrade. But if you've got an S24 or S25, this is looking like a skip unless you desperately need those specific camera improvements. Samsung's playing it incredibly safe, and while that might work from a business perspective, it's frustrating as someone who wants to see real innovation. The Galaxy S26 series launches February 25th. Are you planning to upgrade, or are you waiting to see what the competition does? Let me know in the comments. Catch you in the next one. Peace out.